What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 23 of our Bayer Leverkusen Let's Play here in Football Manager 2019. Hopefully, you guys are good. Today, it is potentially the last episode of the season. I say potentially because with 3 games left, we have a fair bit to play for. But before we get into what's going to be coming in this episode, let's just talk about the games since you were last here. As you can see, 2 matches, 2 wins, both 2-0. The first game here against Stuttgart, a fairly convincing result. We dominated the game for large spells. It took 2 goals in 2 minutes from Miguel Almiron to secure us it in the last third of the game. And yeah, 2 very nice finishes by the Paraguayan international. The first from the penalty spot. The second, a nicely worked move to the edge of the box, which he tucked away. And well, following on from that, in our second game, we took our minds away from home, and this time it was a different player grabbing a brace. It was actually Origi, a player who has been catching the eye of the Bayern Munich transfer team. I'd really like to not have to sell him if I can avoid it. But yeah, 2 very similar goals in a lot of ways. Just back post lurking away, poacher's efforts by him. In this game, Mainz did have 2 sendings off, which definitely helped us on our way. And while with 2 wins in 2, we look very, very good at the top of the Bundesliga table. You can see there are 3 matches yet to be played. We're currently 5 points clear against Wolfsburg. And if we look at Wolfsburg's recent form, they beat Hoffenheim, which was a good result for them, but they got annihilated by Leipzig. And, well, this Leipzig team is a weird team. They won the league last year, of course. In the Champions League, they just lost their first leg against Man City 5-0. So they're kind of making us look okay with our result against Man City, given how badly they were demolished. But in the Bundesliga itself, you can see they're down in 7th. They're a team who are on the up, as are Bayern Munich and as are Dortmund, 2 teams who, well, 3 teams, I guess, who have had awful seasons by their standards. And, well, our last 3 games of the season are going to be tasty ones. We've got Hamburg today, who are in 3rd. We've got Wolfsburg, who are 2nd. And we've also got Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are 4th. So, yeah, big games. We're going to do the first 2 of these today. And the reason I say this could potentially be the last episode of the season is because we're currently 5 points clear. So we look in pretty good shape all in all, really, to wrap things up here. Potentially this episode, of course. If we can beat Hamburg, that'd be great. But given the fact we've also got to play Wolfsburg, yeah, we could tidy things up nice and early. You'll notice that today I'm not at the start of match day. The reason for that being is Wolfsburg actually played the earlier kickoff, so it's worth watching their result come in, I guess. So yeah, we'll have to see how they get on. Excuse me. In their earlier kickoff. It's a game that you'd expect them to win under ordinary circumstances, but given their recent form, they've struggled a hell of a lot to have Wolfsburg. Of course, if they lose and we lose, the game against them still holds some significance. If they were to lose and we win, we would wrap up the title with 2 games to spare, which I don't really want to do, to be honest. I want to take this down to the wire. They're taking on Dusseldorf in 14th, away from home. Their recent form has been pretty atrocious, but yeah, you'd expect them to get a win here to apply a bit of pressure to us going into our 3rd to last game of the season. With that, we've qualified for the Champions League. We've secured top 3. Board us at the initial budget's £37 million. Wage budget is good. Yeah, wage budget's pretty good. So a little bit to reinvest there. If we just look at the league, I guess, what happened in the Wolfsburg game? Okay, they won 3-0. So a convincing result for them does apply the pressure going into the first of the 2 games of this little run of results. And yeah, a win here against Hamburg would see us go 5 points clear of Wolfsburg, but we're playing them on the last day, or the second to last game of the season. That game could very much decide our fate, and if we were to lose it, we'd be in trouble. Wolfsburg would actually have a shot at the title. Of course, we've got tough games here. We've got to play Hamburg to begin with. A team who don't score a lot, but are very, very solid defensively. They have the best joint defensive record with us, actually, in the league, which is worth noting. Leon Bailey was out of our most recent match squad for Origi, who got 2 because of a suspension, but he's going to come in. I think given Origi's 2 goals last time out, it'd be rude not to give him another nod, so we're going to play him as the complete forward in this team. The rest of the squad, fairly standard at this point. Fredeschi, Tar, Pongrasic, Bender, Vendel, Wagnerman, Almiron, Havertz, Brandt, Bailey and Origi. I like that team. That's a good team, and our bench is very strong as well. And, well, hopefully we can get a win here. Of course, a loss, whilst it's not catastrophic, it would put a lot of pressure into the second game of today's live commentary against Wolfsburg. Anyway, boys, let's keep this run of games going. I'm expecting more from you today. Show us what you're made of. We've been in great form as of late. I want to keep that going here if we can. Yeah, a win here, 5 points clear. It would mean even a draw against Wolfsburg in our next game would be good enough to secure the Bundesliga title. Of course, Leverkusen, a team who are always the bridesmaid and never the bride. You know, never have won the Bundesliga. Repeatedly finished second. There's that kind of expression and nickname that the team have because of how often they finish second. I want to turn that around this season, and this might be the best chance we get at this club for a long time to do just that. You know, if we could win the Bundesliga, it would be massive for us. And well, let's see how we get on here. Kai Havertz to Wagnerman, building from the back. What I like to see. You know, when I first came to this club, it was very much a pressing style of play that we were trying to, I guess, bring to the table. We've kind of gone with a more controlling passing style of game, and it's worked wonders for us. But, well, defensively, we're all over the place there. Christoph Moritz with the goal. And Hamburg break the deadlock early on here. Banging it in. And that is not great, is it, boys? Defensively, just a bit all over the place, really. Up with the ball, and well, Hamburg, who of course were promoted just last year, mad that they're third in the league. They got promoted last year, are doing superbly. I mean, Wolfsburg, to be fair, finished 1 point above the drop last season, and they're in second. This has been just a weird Bundesliga season across the table. You know, teams have really punched above their weight. And I feel like we've been the beneficiary of that, I guess, with some teams underperforming and teams like Hamburg overperforming. But this is the first of a tricky 3 games. You know, the games that we've just played, you know, before this match, very easy games relative to this. You know, we've got to be at our very, very best here. And at the moment, we're just a little bit slow starting. They are creating a lot of opportunities. You can see after 40 minutes, it remains 1-0 to them. Sven Bender on a booking is a tiny bit concerning. We have lacked just an X factor across the entire pitch. The ball very bogged down in the midfield. Of course, worth noting that their squad is made up of a lot of players who are our players. It's kind of funny how that works out. You can see they've got Markovic, Jedvaj. I don't know where Tonali is. I wonder if he's injured. But regardless, they've got players that we're familiar with. Some of them are our own men, working against us, potentially trying to earn a spot in the first team for next season. I mean, given how they've performed at this side here, you've got to maybe give them a benefit of the doubt. Anyway, nice pressing here. We've won the ball high up the pitch. Leon Bailey, narrowly over the crossbar. What an effort that was by him. Just whizzed over, so close to just dipping in. Origi's picked up a bruised ankle. I'm going to take him off for Polino. He's not had the best of games. Julian Brandt's not had a great game either. Neither has Sven Bender. I'm going to bring in Palacios. Yeah, we've limited their opportunities. They've had just the 1 shot on target, but of course it was the 1 shot on target that they scored from. So that is a problem for us. I'm going to go more attacking here as well. You know, 20 minutes left. We need to try and get a goal. Julian Brandt, back post, whips it in. Leon Bailey's there. How did that not cross the line? Wow, that was a crazy save. Oh my gosh, it's so close. It's millimetres from the whole ball crossing the line. I don't know how the keeper scooped that out, but with 20 minutes left, we're so close. But as we go more attacking, we're going to leave ourselves more open at the back. Jedvaj here, our former man. I mean, he's still our man technically. He's out on loan. Ball dribbled inside. Palacios on off the bench, winning the ball well there. Now can we counter? We've got pace in this kind of area. Paulino, options to his right. Threads it into Almiron, who scores. What a finish that is by Miguel Almiron. One of the first signings we made at the club last year. First season was injury ravaged, looked very disappointing. He has caught fire this year. 9th goal of the season for him. Really has slotted and locked down that centre mid position in our team as his own, as the centre mid on attack. And well, with finishes like that, I mean, you're not going to question it, are you? Lovely, lovely finish. Paulino on off the bench for the assist as well. Can we get another? Can we take the lead in this game? That's got to be the aim here. A draw, not the worst result in the world, but it doesn't benefit us as much as a win would. We've got to defend a set piece here, though. Solomon, near post whipped in. Pongrasic gets rid of it. With Solomon again. Playing it across the edge of the 18-yard box. Forsu Mensah here. I guess he's on loan as well. I feel like Hamburg's team is made up of a lot of loanees overperforming. Vendel gives away the ball. Brandt, lovely tackle. Can we break here? Not with passes like that, we can't. Although Palacios to Polino, what a ball that is by the Argentine. We are, well, breaking away here in numbers. Options back post. Almiron's there again. Brandt should have scored it. Half the goal at his mercy, and he misses the target completely. I mean, that was the chance. There's still time. 2 minutes left in this game. I mean, if they score now, it's going to be heartbreaking. We're committing men forward. Wagnerman, nice win by him. Now can we build something? Ball over the top. Markovic, our centre-back, intercepting there. Leon Bailey. Paulino's in the middle. Have a go, my son. He squeezes it in. Leon Bailey, you little hero. What a player. 20th of the season. I've just punched my desk. Almiron with the assist. Let's go. 1 minute left in this game. Markovic, our player, heads it clear only as far as Almiron. What a ball that is. You wonder, is he going to square it? No, of course he's not. He's Leon Bailey. He's going to go for goal. Makes it 2-1. What a turnaround that is in this game. We looked dead and buried at one point here. You'd have to say, on reflection of play, we absolutely deserved this win. We were the better team throughout. What a performance that is, boys. What a comeback. To turn it around like that is just absolutely superb. 73rd minute, 93rd minute, we get it. We go 5 points clear of Wolfsburg. We've got them in our next match. If we look here, it's just 1 week away. Let's get forward to that game. I don't want to make this episode last longer than half an hour. And you guys don't want to watch. We do all the admin work in between. We want to get back into the action. The game away from home against Wolfsburg. I mean, let me remind you, we beat them 3-1 last time. Away from home, it's going to be a different challenge, but they are struggling. Let's see how we get on. So here we are, guys. It all comes down to this. We have a chance right here and now to clinch the Bundesliga title. It's not going to be easy. Away from home against Wolfsburg. It's going to be a big game, isn't it? It's going to be a massive game. Just looking at the league table, we're 5 points clear. A win or a draw here enough to secure us the title. It is now pretty much, well, it is. It's a two-horse race. Wolfsburg, with their current form, could still drop down the table on goal difference if they were to lose their last two games and Hamburg and Borussia Mönchengladbach were to win. We don't need to worry about that. We just have to focus on the here and now. Yeah, it's a big one for us, and it feels like the pressure is getting to them. I was enjoying here the fact that the Wolfsburg manager stormed out the press conference. Apparently he's crumbling under the pressure, and I can't blame him for crumbling under the pressure because, frankly, despite that 3-0 win, his side has been blooming awful since March, and we've capitalised on it, of course, but, well, we have a chance to really put them to the sword today, I feel like. So in terms of our team, I'm not going to change things. We're going to go with what we know, the tried and trusted. It's a pretty standard starting 11, of course. Hradeski in goal. At centre-backs, we're going to go with Jonathan Tah. Alongside him, we're going to go with Pongrasic. These two as a pair have really formed a formidable partnership this year. Pongrasic kind of brought in as a backup option as much as anything at the start of the year, but he has just performed so well. £9 million well spent as far as I'm concerned. Of course, ahead of him, we've got Sven Bender, the kind of experienced head in this team. At left back, we go with Vendel, who has been very good this year. Of course, kind of been sharing that left back duty with Sessegnon, who unfortunately got that serious hip injury. Wagnerman at right back, one of the most improved players this season. Came in as a bit of a backup, kind of third choice right back. He has surpassed, in my expectations, what I thought he could do. He is better, in my opinion, than Lucas Romero and Weiser, our other fullback options. Ahead of him, the centre-mid partnership has been one of the areas of the pitch where we've changed it throughout the entire season. For a long time, it was Palacios and Paqueta. Kai Havertz kind of came in. And I've kind of now settled on Almiron and Havertz as just the best two. These two guys just play very well alongside each other. Of course, out on the wings we go Julian Brandt and Bailey. Brandt here, a player who had a awful last season, to be honest. I mean, you can see here a 6.74 average rating. This year has stepped it up, I'm pleased to say. And he has been a big contributor, to be honest, going forward. We're then going to go with Leon Bailey as inside forward. The star man, of course, bailed it out in that last game. Look how good he is. It's going to be very difficult to fight off the interest of some of the teams chasing after him. He has just been so good for us this year. 14 goals, 9 assists. And yeah, 7.53 average rating across all competitions is superb. And well, spearheading the attack, probably the area of the pitch which we've struggled with the most, which is kind of odd to say considering we have scored the second most goals in the Bundesliga this season. But the striker area, we've just not had a standout player. I think we're going to go with Origi here. We're going to have Volland and Paulino on the bench. Obviously, we've got Paqueta, Palacios, Romero, Weiser and Retsos also lurking away, ready to come on if we need them to. But yeah, we'll see how we get on today. Obviously, a few players missing, Ben Yedder and Fischer, two players who I feel like are kind of surplus to requirements now. Not really performed when I've given them chances. Players I hope we can cash in on. And, well, we're going to go into this game. A draw enough, a win enough, avoid defeat, and we are the Bundesliga champions. And I feel like we really deserve it. Obviously, we've shown that Wolfsburg aren't unbeatable. We were one of the first teams to beat them this year, and well, maybe we sparked that collapse that we've seen there. Manager's been storming out of press conferences. He's struggling to cope with the pressure, and, well, given where they were in the table so far, Claire, they really have bottled it. Maybe that's overly harsh on Wolfsburg. You've got to remember, they finished 18th last year. The games they've lost recently against the likes of Leipzig, Dortmund and Bayern, they are teams who have been very much climbing back into form as of late after pretty poor seasons. I think all three of them have changed their manager. And yeah, it's one of those things where maybe they got unfortunate with the fixtures. Maybe they were punching above their weight for a long time. They've not scored the most in the league by any stretch of the imagination. Defensively, they've been solid. But nevertheless, we've been the better team, I feel like, throughout the season. I feel like we deserve to be where we are right now. Anyway, we're on the attack here. Vendel on this left-hand side whips it in. Origi near post hits the woodwork. I mean, what? Origi, I know he's not putting a ton of performances, but considering we got him in on a free transfer, he's looked very good for a free transfer, let's be honest. Pongrasic, back post, narrowly over the crossbar. Of course, Pongrasic, just a very good player in the air. Good strength. Good jumping, very good with the ball at his feet, really plays into our ball playing kind of philosophy, really has been a key component, I feel, of that this year. Of course, Retsos, I felt like was probably going to be first choice centre back. He's kind of just fallen out of favour. Jonathan Tah hits the woodwork, rebound is not going to get in. We've hit the woodwork twice in the first half an hour. I mean, please don't be one of those days. Bender, can you have a go? Edge of the box, goes to Bailey. Eric, what are you going to do? Can he pull it across? He can't, unfortunately. I mean, neither team's had a ton of clear-cut chances, but we are knocking on the door. Twice the woodworkers bailed Wolfsburg out. They look rocked right now. They do not look up for this fight, which obviously is good as far as we're concerned. Maybe one last chance before half-time. It's the 46th minute. Tab back post. It can't get over the line. It's somehow cleared away. How close was this? It wasn't close at all. Skip that. We don't need to see it again. But no, 0-0 at the break. I mean, I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy. We've had all the highlights going our way, but that would be maybe unfair to say that Wolfsburg haven't done stuff with the ball. They've had the ball 50-50 pretty much. They've created a few opportunities. We've not had any clear-cut chances or half chances, you know. So these aren't great opportunities we're crafting out. They're kind of near misses as far as, speculative efforts, headers that, aren't necessarily expected to go in but are cannoning in off the woodwork and bouncing out. Hopefully we can convert those into some shots hitting the back of the net in this second half. That's got to be the aim, hasn't it? But no, so far, a draw is fine. We're not getting completely outclassed. What a touch that was by Vendel. Can we discuss that in a second? I mean, if that leads to a goal, it would be superb. Origi, what a run! I mean, it would have been an incredible goal starting with that little Vendel turn. Unfortunately, Origi smashes it over the bar. In terms of changes, I don't really want to change anything just yet. We've got another set piece here. Julian Brandt whips it back post. Ta! Oh my gosh, it's so close. Narrowly over the crossbar. Again, we've only hit the target twice. But we have been the better team. Unfortunately, Julian Brandt picking up an injury. Paulino going to come in to replace him. 55 minutes gone. I don't really want to make any more changes just yet. So we'll bring in Paulino, who is very, very well adapted to play this inside forward role for us. Has improved a lot this year. His determination apparently has tumbled off a cliff as of late. But elsewhere in his game, he has been improving. Maybe he can be the man to come on and make a difference for us. Origi's not been great. I'm kind of looking for the poetic end to the season. I'm going to bring in Kevin Volland for the last 20 minutes. A player who has struggled for form, not really lived up to expectation. If he could get the goal here to get us a win, it'd be a nice way to end the season. Of course, a draw is good enough here. It'd be a bit underwhelming to draw 0-0 to win the title, but I wouldn't complain about it. And it looks like that's going to be how we do it. It's not been a classic here. But that is a crucial point, and it's a point that is going to see us lift the Bundesliga title. What a performance that is by the entire team. Impossible not to be happy about that. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the Bundesliga title wrapped up. I mean, I was expecting the trophy and stuff to come out and be paraded. Maybe because we've got a game in hand, we'll do it at the last game of the season at home. But yeah, what a performance that is. We lift the Bundesliga title. It's a bit underwhelming to do it 0-0 in truth. Brand out for the rest of the season, that's fine. Volland vows to end his goal track. It doesn't matter. We've got a trophy. Bailey's happy to stay at the club. The board are delighted with the win. I mean, finally. I mean, this club deserves to have a Bundesliga title. I felt like last year, where we finished second, I was thinking, oh gosh, surely not. I mean, you can see here the amount of times they've come second in their history, and finally, It has taken us 2 seasons, but we lift that title. And I think we deserve it, to be honest. I know you've got to feel bad for the likes of Wolfsburg and Hamburg because they've had fantastic seasons which aren't really going to be remembered. But yeah, what a title that is to lift for us. I'm very, very happy about that. And yeah, that is with the young squad that we've got, that is quite the achievement. This is the kind of team that could dominate for a long, long time to come. I mean, look at those players who have played a lot of football. And obviously also the players we've loaned out this year to the likes of Hamburg. You know, players like Tonali. He would come into the team next year and be just perfect for us, really. As just another player in our, well, utility. We've got so many good centre mids, though. But wow, I'm happy. I don't really know what to say. I was expecting a more dramatic end to the season than what we've got, but we've won the league. Let's just look at the league table once more here. Soak it in, drink it up. What a season it's been. I mean, look at the points totals. It's been very average. I mean, last year we got 73 points and came second. This year, if we win our next game, we will have got the same points total as last year, but you can just see the quality difference has been crazy. Third last year, you needed 68 points to get. This year, looks like around 50, 60 is going to be enough. It's been a weird Bundesliga season, in truth. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up this episode from me. Next episode, we'll do an end-of-season review. Take a look back at the season, you know, the last couple of years, players who have performed well. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys for that. It will be a good little episode 24. I don't think we'll do the game against Borussia Mönchengladbach. There's nothing really on the line for it now. Instead, we'll have a reflection over our last 2 years here at the club. Anyway, that is all from me. Leave a like if you've enjoyed. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.